Jamal Adams came out and said that his plan for improving the Jets was simple: sign Le'Veon Bell and then trade for Antonio Brown. While I'm not sure if every fan would agree with that, I do think it's pretty fair to say that not a lot of guys have improved the Jets like Jamal Adams has. Take this play for example. Detroit's going to have their right guard and right tackle double team a Jets interior lineman. They're going to give their tight end a one-on-one matchup on the right side of the screen, and they're going to give everyone on the left side of the screen a one-on-one matchup as well. They're then going to send their fullback up to block a linebacker, and they're going to have their right guard block that linebacker after he finishes a double team. They're actually going to leave Jamal Adams on block on this play, as it's going to be a run to the right side of the screen, and since Adams is on the left side of the screen, he shouldn't be able to make a play here. However, there's one problem with that. Actually, there's a couple problems with that. The first is that Jamal Adams is going to be blitzing, so he's easily going to get past the line of scrimmage. The other problem is that it leaves the center with a one-on-one matchup against Steve McLendon. This now means that Blunt pretty much has nowhere to go. However, instead of just running forward, Blunt's going to try to get around, which typically he might be able to do, but since Adams is right in the area, he's able to get there and also make a great tackle for a big loss. It was pretty much a lottery situation where he ended up in the right place at the right time. However, it was still a good job by Adams of taking advantage of that situation and still being able to make a tackle for a 7-yard loss. This next play is another great example of him understanding the situation that he's in. As you see, New York's going to be running a cover 3 zone, and they have a lineman dropping back into coverage, so they actually have 8 men in coverage on this play. This is the route concept that Detroit's going to be running, and Jamal Adams has a bit of a pickle on this play, because he has to play up in his zone to make sure that a Detroit Lion who's running a flat route doesn't get open. You're also going to see the Jet, who's in charge of guarding the zone, on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, have to sort of run to the top half of the screen, as because there's a Detroit Lion running in that area. This now means that that zone is going to end up getting wide open. It's a perfect play call to beat a cover 3 zone from Detroit, and it's actually executed very well. As you see, Adams does have to play forward, however he does a very good job of staying where he's at. He doesn't creep forward to try to take away that flat route. He's still very aware that Stafford could try to throw over him. He's able to read the play, and he breaks up at the right time to knock the ball out of TJ Jones' hands. With 9 out of 10 safeties on this play, that's an easy touchdown for Detroit. However, because Jamal Adams was able to make such a good play and ended up being incomplete. Field vision is so important as a safety, and he really does do such a good job of being aware of what's going on. So much so, in fact, that New York actually designed plays around his ability to know what's going on. As you see on this play, it's going to be a cover 1 robber, and so Jamal Adams has an interesting position here. Typically, his goal is to just take away that zone in the middle of the field. However, because Josh Allen loves to run the ball, Adams is also going to be in charge of stopping a potential quarterback run. As you see here, Allen does in fact drop back, and so Adams is doing a very good job of playing coverage and not allowing someone to get open in his zone. However, the second Allen does in fact run forward, Adams is also running forward and ready to make a tackle. This ends up being a tackle for not many yards, and it's entirely because Adams was focused and ready to make a play. He's a really alert player, and I could honestly probably talk all day about how smart of a player he is. However, it's worth mentioning, he's quite the ball player as well. On this play, Buffalo's going to be faking as though it's going to be a handoff to the bottom half of the screen, and they're also going to be faking as though it could be a handoff to the top half of the screen. They're going to send a receiver up to block Adams, and they're going to send their right guard up to block a linebacker. From there, the Bills will pull their center over to block a defensive back on the bottom half of the screen, and this could be a home run play for Buffalo. Because even though both of those handoffs were initially just fakes, it actually is going to be a screen pass to the halfback who could now get open. And as you see, so far, this play is working out very well for Buffalo. This could easily end up being a 20-yard run, if not a touchdown. However, one of those things is everyone has to make their blocks, and look at Adams on this play. He's going to end up making a tackle with just one hand. This is an incredibly difficult play to make. However, Adams has a tendency to make a lot of incredibly difficult plays.